Yeah, it's one of these stories that, alas, pop up all too often. This is Kingston University's rugby team, which has been on a tour to Croatia. A picture has popped up on social media, on Twitter this week, showing one of the students on that tour using quite vile, is the word they use here, and you can only agree with that language, racist language towards somebody who was part of another group. This, as so often the case, has done the rounds on Twitter. They have responded very quickly to this, and the gentleman concerned has been taken off the tour and is returning to the UK while they investigate the language. The university has said that they're investigating the matter further and that they regard the allegations as extremely serious. The language here, without repeating what it is, obviously, couldn't really be taken out of context.
Yeah, very depressing. Unfortunately, like you say, a story which comes around far too often, and it affects the sport from all levels, from grassroots levels right the way up to international levels as well. Let's move on. Let's talk about this. Now, this is an interesting attempt at what I find is quite a disgusting problem. Yes. People throwing cigarettes away.
Yeah, this is in the Wimbledon Post, and this is a way that Merton Council wants to crack down on people who finish their cigarette and just chuck it onto the pavement. And they're offering what's called free mobile ashtrays. The headline says free ashtrays, which kind of piqued my interest. Thinking, well, how's that going to work? Just walking along with it in your hand. These ones that they're handing out, they're kind of, you can stub your cigarette out into it, and I think it just kind of folds over like a little compartment that you can keep in your pocket until you find somewhere suitable to throw it away. There's a picture of a couple of the councillors showing these off. They look as bemused as I, these little contraptions here. Let's
talk about this. I love it when a headline has fury in, because there's very few stories that warrant that word.
Yes, indeed, it's certainly an interesting word to use in this case. It's in Brent and Kilburn Times, which is a fury over secret Brent Cross exhibition no one was told about. If you thought the picture of the councillors with the mobile ashtray was ludicrous, to show how angry they are, 5 councillors here have posed with the word "shh" spelt out. But there was an issue here. There was an exhibition outlining plans for a new railway station in Brent Cross that went up for a couple of days before they kicked off an 8-week consultation. This is over a new Thameslink station which is proposed. But councillors and neighbours, they didn't know anything about it because it wasn't advertised. And Barnet Council has come back now and said they advertised it in the Metro, which, fine paper though it is national. It's not the place that one would instinctively look for kind of civic announcements. And Barnet First, which is one of these in-house council magazines that most people won't see, and certainly if you live in Brent, you wouldn't see. Spokesperson for Barnet Council says that the event was well attended. Well, I mean, you know, that compared to what, I'd say.
Yeah, questionable.
And that a feasibility study has been commissioned on the particular issue here is how this station would accommodate the West London orbital line and whether a new station would have to be built and how the interchange would work. And that they say that the consultation is available via Engage Barnet.
Finally, egg on my face here. We talked about this when it first launched, and I said, who on earth would want to sit there?
Yes.
Well, it's won an award.
Turns out everybody does. Yeah, this is in the Hackney Gazette. We talked about this about 2.5 years ago when a Rhodes campaigner, Brenda Poosh, who I didn't know how to pronounce her name then and still don't, she lives in London Fields, and she transformed a parking space outside her where she lives into a miniature park. And the point that she was trying to make is that if you own a car, you effectively also have ownership of a certain part of the road, a public space, which non-car owners don't have. So she turned it into this, you know, quite twee, cute little park called a parklet now, very close to where I live, actually. I used to see this regularly. And she's now won an award for it. Initially, Hackney Council was very much against this. They took it down as it was in violation of policy. She said that her friends warned her that she would be arrested. Actually, it was so popular that Hackney Council relented, and now they offer small grants to anyone in the borough who wants to set up their own. She's got a national award from a charity called Living Streets, which promotes walking.